I was driving to work. I was working at Books A Million at the time, and literally, I'm on Prince William Parkway, and there's just all these cars, and something says, get in the next lane. Whatever. I mean, I did, and literally, right after, the two cars in front of me ran into the other car, and then it was like piled up, and the car in front of me literally, crashed into the other car, and it was just like a huge pile up, and I would have been right in the middle. But because I listened to that voice and I got over, I was protected. And everybody has the power and the ability to do these things too. Other instances of being connected with Source, because it's not just listening, it's really trusting. And I think a lot of people have problems just releasing and trusting because, a lot of us want to control a situation. A lot of us feel like, the universe owes us something, so to speak. So, we feel resentful or we feel, powerless. And it's not about that. It's about realizing your power, but also letting go of who you are in this earthly presence, okay? And relying on spirit and coexisting within that balance, okay? And so when you really trust everything will happen, and you will hear these messages. Because I think, for the longest time, with this whole psychic thing and connecting with Source, I didn't want to hear, or I didn't want to realize or accept what was being told to me. Whether it was people that I would meet, situations that I would experience, jobs that I would get, they would say, don't do this, don't tell this person this, don't talk, don't talk to that person, I'm sorry. And I wouldn't listen, and then Source is right every time. So, Source is always there to connect with you. But you gotta stop being so hard-headed and connect back with Source. And even if it doesn't seem beneficial at the moment, doesn't mean that it's not bad. It's like we were talking about the last episode of inspiration, and seeing the beauty in everything. So just because something bad happens doesn't mean it's the end of the world, doesn't mean that Source is not on your side. Step back outside yourself and open up that perception and see what the true message is. And so part of that is not questioning too, Source energy, and just being guided and knowing deep within your heart that you're safe.
So all of this can be applied to any physical means, physical measures. I think a lot of times we get so caught up in the physical world and we think that these laws, so to speak, are so finite and are so applicable to ourselves. And we forget, like I said, that we're spiritual beings, that Source energy is there always waiting to be connected. It loves to reconnect back with itself because, like I said, we are here individually experiencing Source energy on this plane of existence, and that's the lesson has been revealed to me, is that we are supposed to reconnect back with Source energy and live in it and being balanced, and it's so hard to do that on this planet especially. There's so many distractions. So I feel like if you're on planet Earth, that's one of the lessons you need to learn, as well as love. That's a huge one, but I mean that's a whole other episode. But Source energy, it's always there waiting to connect with you. So now, there are meditations, like I was saying earlier, I was saying to step outside of yourself and just feel, and a lot of people, it's very hard to do that. So, there are visualizations you can do. Just an easy one is just stop where you're at and just picture yourself as a being of white light in which everything's flowing from you. And you just feel love. And just visualize this, and really keep on putting that in your head and really feeling that. And I think that's another way of connecting to it. You can say Om. Om is the crown chakra. So the crown chakra connects us with Source, literally. And so Om is the mantra for the crown chakra. And so you can say that as well to raise your consciousness, put you in that state to where you are receptive to connecting with Source. Or just connecting deep within yourself, really. So, because we are individually Source energy. The crown chakra is actually really important when we're talking about all this, because a lot of times you can do exercises. Mantras are really good, as well as just affirmations. You can say, I am love and I am light. I am connected to all that exists. I am walking in the path with spirit. I trust that spirit is guiding my every path. I trust that spirit is protecting me. I trust that abundance is a reality in my life. So there's a lot of different positive things you can say. And I really like the Louise L. Hay affirmation, you can heal your life cards. They're really positive, and I was using those for a while.
Good stuff. And so, also with the crown chakra, the color is violet, white as well. So, you know, if you feel like you want to just raise that vibration, wear those colors, wear purples, wear whites. Indigo is your, like, third eye, so you could really get away with that because it's still up there, and it will still, your third eye is what connects you to the world that doesn't exist, which is also source energy too, you know? So, and getting psychic messages, and it's your psychic center, so you could do the third eye. You could go ahead and say Sham, which is the mantra for the third eye, you know? So really focus on these two chakras when you're dealing with connection to source energy. And so, like I said, wear those whites and those violets and those indigo colors. Amethyst is really good. Crystal quartz is really good. I love it so much. For stones, I actually have an amethyst that, you know, if I can find it, I'll show you. But it's, there it is. And this is my amethyst. It's not very big. It's sort of small. But I bought it like 2 years ago, and I've used it for a lot of meditations, and it's really helped. Okay, so here's the crystal quartz, another really powerful, but when you're dealing with the amethyst and the crystal quartz, you do want to be very sure that you're ready for that vibration, because it's a high vibration, so really make sure you're in that meditative state. You can use these crystals to magnify and project wishes. So, it's really interesting with the story with this crystal is I found this when I was 9 years old. I was living in New Jersey, and we just, like, it was really weird. Like, we lived on this golf course, whatever. And so I go outside, and on the ground, this is sitting next to my yard. And I was 9, and I had no idea the significance. I knew it wasn't like a diamond, but something back then was telling me to keep it. It said, one day you're going to need this. Back when I was little, sources communicating with me then, and so just listening, and I'm actually very glad I have this. It's helped me a lot. It's helped me to unblock my third eye. It's just amazing how that I found this. So another really good crystal is celestite, and celestite is the crystal for angels. So it's really good when you're dealing with all this connecting to source. Is our angels. I mean, even biblical angels were just simply the intermediaries between God and men, because of that high vibration of God, The average person couldn't really handle the voice of God. They are our protectors, and I do believe in angels, Saint Germain is actually my ascended master. And so it's pretty interesting. All of that. It's amazing. So check out your celestite and all of those other good things. Pink tourmaline is good. Black tourmaline is actually a really good psychic protector because it really protects from those negative energies. And I have a piece lying around here somewhere, but yeah. Thank you very much for coming and checking me out today. We're talking about connecting to source. I hope the show you can leave with a better understanding of source energy and how it's part of you, and so you can release yourself and tap into it, and tap into that trust and that infinite wisdom and power, and how you can also use crystals to help you connect with source energies as well and amplify that, your celestite through angels. Angels are also guardians as well, guardian angel and all that. So I just find it to be amazing. Lesson learned is connect with source energy, for it's waiting to connect with you. So check it out. Peace. Thank you.